It was 2:47 a.m. when David clocked in for his final night shift at the old Hollow Creek gas station, a lonely pit stop off Highway 17, deep in the forests of Pennsylvania. The station was closing down after 38 years. Corporate had already sent the shutdown papers, and David just had to lock up for the last time. The air outside smelled of rain and rust. The fluorescent lights above the counter flickered like they were gasping their last breath. He made coffee, leaned back, and started scrolling through his phone. At 3:13 a.m., the doorbell chimed. A man walked in, soaked from head to toe, mud up to his knees. He didn't say a word, just stared at David, then turned his head slightly toward the security camera above the door. David followed his gaze. The camera light was blinking red, recording, except the station's cameras had been disconnected 2 days ago. "Can I help you?" David asked, trying to sound calm. The man didn't answer. He slowly turned, walked toward the restroom door at the far end, and vanished inside. Minutes passed. 5, 10, 20. No sound, no flush, no footsteps. David finally went to check. The restroom was empty. The floor was dry. The walls had claw marks on the tiles, deep and uneven, like something had tried to dig its way out. Back at the counter, David noticed the man's muddy footprints were still there, but they stopped halfway through the aisle, fading into nothing. He tried to pull up the camera feed again. Nothing, but one frame froze on the screen. The gas station door wide open, and David himself standing outside staring back at the camera. The timestamp read 3:47 a.m. That was still 20 minutes in the future. At exactly 3:47, the power went out. When the morning crew arrived, the gas station lights were still off. The door was open. David's car was in the parking lot, but the counter footage, which should have been blank, had one single clip left behind. Just 47 seconds of video. In it, David stands by the door, soaked in rain, staring straight into the lens. He blinks once, smiles faintly, and whispers, "You shouldn't have come here." Then the screen goes black. The footage of David whispering, "You shouldn't have come here," became local police property by sunrise. Sheriff Tom Reynolds watched it on repeat inside the Hollow Creek substation. Each time he noticed something new, a twitch, a blur, a sound that shouldn't exist. At 0:23 seconds, a faint voice echoed under David's whisper. A second voice, higher, like a child trying to copy his words. "You shouldn't have come here." But the station was locked from inside. No sign of forced entry. And the timestamps on every digital clock inside showed 3:47 a.m., frozen permanently, even the battery-powered ones. At noon, Reynolds drove out to the gas station himself. Everything was quiet. The forest around Hollow Creek had that damp, muffled silence, the kind where you can hear your own blood moving. David's phone was still on the counter. Its screen cracked, but one video was saved. 00:47 seconds long. He hit play, static. Then a flicker, the restroom door, wide open, water dripping, and in the corner, a figure crouching backward on the ceiling, like it had been waiting. Its head turned completely around, and through the distortion he heard David's voice, "Don't stay past 3:47. Reynolds froze. He looked at his watch. 3:46 p.m. The restroom door creaked open behind him. When the backup unit arrived at 4:10, the station lights were off again. They found the sheriff's cruiser outside, engine still running, headlights pointing into the woods. His hat lay in the mud. And inside the convenience store, everything was where it should be, except for one new thing on the counter. The surveillance monitor had switched back on. Same frozen frame as before. The front door standing open. But now there were two men in the image, David and Sheriff Reynolds, both staring into the camera, both smiling. The timestamp read 3:47 a.m. again,